The thing that breaks the immersion for me for these kinds of platforms has to be the pricing. Like the fact
Oh,
that,
okay.
like
Yeah,
in the
that's a
case
good
of
point.
Stadia anyway, the
How
fact that
much
you
is a
have
Stadia?
to,
How much is it?
I can't remember the actual subscription number by head, but with what broke it for me
Yeah,
was the fact that you had to get the subscription initially just to use
yeah,
the service, and then on top of
right,
that you had to purchase the games outright, like
right. Of
bespoke
course,
to the
naturally.
platform.
I
That's
guess
what
in
broke it for
some
me.
occasion, like Xbox, obviously, and like PlayStation. I'm not sure actually for PlayStation. You pay for a subscription, and yes, they try to boost it up. But obviously, I think they backed down on that anyway
Mm,
because they realised how stupid that was,
yeah,
or the prices they were asking for at least. But you get private chats, parties, you get messaging, you get benefits. Like I do the Game Pass Ultimate. You get decent benefits from that. You get EA Play on it. All these games that jump and come and go, and Bethesda's now on the Game Pass because of the buyout that they did. So you get a lot for your money, and even if you're paying these amounts, then you're paying the extra for. I think the only disappointing thing you'll find is when you've just bought a game and then you realise it's on the Game Pass, or coming to the Game Pass permanently, and be like, oh, damn it.
mm,
But at least you're getting a lot for other bits as well as that. But I think with Stadia, you are just paying for the access to be able to stream them, so no one else can just go, oh, you know what, I'm gonna start using Stadia, and just anyone can.
yeah.
You've got to be sort of loyal to
Yeah,
Stadia,
I mean,
you
in
know.
fairness to Stadia, now there is a free tier. There's like a lower quality free tier,
Oh, okay, I
but
didn't know
for the
that.
longest time, or like essentially the entire lifetime while it was in the public eye, like it
Yeah,
didn't. The free tier didn't
yeah,
get added till much later. Like, but the entire
yeah.
time it was like announced and publicized, and the PR machine
Yeah,
was working. It was like the
yeah.
whole business model revolved around like buying the tiers, like buying the pro
Mm.
subscription, which gave you the controller and everything, and then buying
Oh,
the games
okay.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Thank God. And do you think as you said, like, do you think it's dropped off? Do you think like no one really gives it its due as such? It
Hmm.
doesn't get played as much
Well, I
because I
think
haven't
it
seen much
played its
about it
hand. I think
personally.
it's played its hand not too early, but
Mm.
before it could actually showcase itself in a good light. Like we talked about last time, we're both very pro ownership in the sense that we like to own our games outright. We want
Oh,
to have
I
the
definitely
complete
do. Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
And tell you what, this is my confession. This is my confession
Hmm.
to the window. I have never got like any form of game subscription service. Like I haven't even tried Game Pass,
Oh,
despite
wow.
the multiple
Well,
recommendations.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Good on you for it because it's quite easy to sort of. I've had them all. At one point I bought EA Play as its own thing, and I was like, oh no. Then I was like, I'm not going to buy the Game Pass, but I ended up buying the Game Pass, and now I'm on
mm.
Game Pass Ultimate. So I can't say I haven't like,
Yeah, because
been,
I'm
been
definitely
enticed
set
by
in
them.
my
Yeah.
I'm definitely set in my ways, because to me, how I play my games, or how I choose to play my games, is that I'll have a very select set of games that I like to play. Like I'll have
Mm,
five or
yeah.
six, and if that's the case, in my mind, it just makes sense to buy them outright, get the complete
Yeah,
experience,
fair
because I
enough.
know
That's
I'm going to
it.
have them
It-
forever.
That's the thing. In an ironic way, despite me saying how loyal I will be to buying the games on disc, I think for me, in the stupid opposite, like reverse way,
Yeah,
being able just to have the game because Game Pass says I can is some sort of there. I can have it. That's mine
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But it's not.
I can see it being an
I
eye
have
opener.
access. Yeah, it's something to think about. To sort of, you can't play every single game on the Game Pass,
Hmm.
but you have access to playing every single game on the Game Pass.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely see it more as like
and
a
it is
try before you buy kind of thing, at least in my eyes. Like you can keep
it
playing for the
definitely
Game
in a way
Pass,
is, yeah.
sure.
But it has to be on the Game Pass. Like for example, like Sea of Thieves and stuff is now on the Game Pass. And to be fair, if I didn't have the Game Pass, I would have had to have bought Among Us. I know it's only $3.39, but the way I saw it is like, you know what, I had straight access. That was like one of the first things I re-download or downloaded when I got the PC set up. Just because I knew it was on there, and then that sort of gives you hope because then it means all right, now it's going to come to Xbox, which means I have it straight on Xbox. But like you say, you don't own the game. It is like a
Yeah.
trial at the end of the day. It's like a demo because
Mm.
it always says like play on Game Pass, included on Game Pass or buy for however much it's for. But then you also get Game Pass exclusive payments, if that makes sense. So it'd be like, was $59.99, but
Yeah, you get exclusive
$39.99
deals, you get exclusive offers.
Yeah, that's what I mean, deals. Yeah. So I guess that's a benefit to it, but then not really many people do that.
Yeah.
And then if it leaves the Game Pass, it's more likely going to go back up to the normal price. So you sort of have to think if you want it and get it, but then you don't think like that because you've actually, in your mind, you're playing this game, you've downloaded it, it's the full thing. So you don't think, oh, I might as well buy it because you've actually already got it. But you don't.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's the other side of it for me, is the ownership side, because you, like, once you bought the games, you know that you are going to own it for, like, as long as you can run it on what you've got. Like, you have, like, an indefinite ownership of it. Because that's the other thing for me with things like Game Pass and Stadia especially. If those services go down, so do the games. And what's to say, like, that's the one of the other major turnoffs for me with those sorts of services that have their own model independent. Is why I like GeForce Now, because GeForce Now is essentially, think the technology of Stadia, but it uses your pre-existing libraries. So things like Steam, like, it gives you a system. It gives you a system to play it on rather than a platform to play it on. Does that make sense?
That's it. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's it.
It's like, to me, it's the superior Stadia. It hasn't got the design, it hasn't got the flair, but in terms of actual functionality and just, like, friendliness to the consumer, like, it respects the fact that I already have the Crew 2. It respects the fact that I already have it. So, like, it lets me play it. I don't need to buy it again.